What is the best Linux distro for Windows users? Linux Mint is probably the best distro out there, as it works well, even on lower-end hardware, and it keeps things easy and simple for newcomers and people migrating from Windows to Linux. As Windows is getting more of a reputation for collecting user data and supposedly spying on users, and what the current situation is like with Windows 11, many people, myself included, are thinking of moving to Linux. But there's a problem. What distro do you go to, you may ask? Since Linux has so much variety, it is difficult to say that one distro, like Linux Mint, is the best distro out there, as it really comes down to what you use your PC for, and whether or not you're wanting to plunge into Linux permanently, or just give it a try. But if you are thinking of migrating to Linux, then Linux Mint would have to be the best beginner-friendly distro, because it reflects the look and feel of Windows, and keeps things easy. So instead of having to fear using a terminal, you simply use a software store to install applications on Linux Mint, much like Ubuntu and many other distros. Although not every piece of software out there is in these software stores, sometimes it's still good to look around online for your Linux-specific software. Although most applications and programs that support Linux will be in your distro's software store, Linux Mint also keeps updates and installing drivers easy, so you don't have to do too much fiddling around to get things working. It's usually pretty easy to get your system fully updated, and have the drivers updated too. Linux Mint will be a lot faster than Windows 10 or Windows 11, so if your PC is feeling sluggish, why not give Mint a try? It uses nowhere near the amount of resources Windows uses, even on idle. And this is also great if your PC has less GPU power, or less powerful RAM, CPU, and other components. Mint will use a lot less memory, and it will take up less disk space too. Mint does not support the 32-bit architecture anymore, but most people use a 64-bit based machine anyways. So if you have an old PC, with Windows 7 or 8 on it, chances are it is a 64-bit machine. So you should be able to try out Linux Mint, even if you don't plan on installing it. Speaking of trying Mint, you need a USB with about 8 GB storage space, and a PC capable of booting from a USB stick. Most PCs can do this. However, older PCs from 2009 or older may not have that ability, so you have to use a DVD on that system instead. Linux Mint can be found at linuxmint.com. And it has 3 flavors to choose from: Cinnamon, Mart A, and XFCE, the first of the 3 being the most popular and most modern. Meanwhile, Mart A and XFCE are lightweight, perfect for lower-end systems, laptops, or system-on-a-chip PC. Mint provides a very user-friendly installer for first-time installation, and once you've installed Mint, you get a welcome screen, which has a lot of options to configure your system after installing Mint. Mint has plenty of great features built into it as well, so if you're a Windows 10 user, you will appreciate the new features coming to Mint every so often. Mint always gets the latest and greatest stuff, no matter how old your hardware is, whereas Windows 11 forces you to buy a newer PC with an Intel or AMD 8th gen processor, or later. But Linux Mint will make a 10 to 15-year-old PC or laptop become like new again. What are your opinions on Linux Mint? Is it your favorite distro? Let me know down in the comments section below. Alrighty, that's it for this video folks. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe, and do enable notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. Bye for now.